Hi. My name's Trove. Let's wait a little bit, and then let's wait for people to roll in, and then we'll begin with the first Saiia Connect English webinar. Just wait a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm American Indian, so my English might be a little hard, but I'll try and go a little slowly. I'm waiting for people to join. I'll wait a whole minute or so. Okay, I think we've got enough. Let's begin. So my name is Namaste. My name is Dhruv Gupta. I'm the founder of SayaCare, and I welcome you all to the first English Saiia Connect. Now, a little bit about me. I worked in the pharmaceutical industry for around 8 years, and I worked in healthcare for 8 years as well. And before this, I was an assistant to an advisor to the Prime Minister. So let's begin. Whatever questions you've got, we'll put them at the very end. And namaste, Nisha Sharma ji. Okay, let's go. So you're all here because you're wondering, how do we save big on medicines? Nisha, I'm sorry. This is the English webinar. We'll talk in Hindi in the next webinar, but this one is just English. So you're all here because you're wondering, how do we save big on medicines? And you might have heard some stories. Maybe you've heard of some relative or some neighbor or some other individual who turned their savings from SayaCare into something fantastic. They're able to do this because they could turn their medical bill from what was 6,000 rupees into 900 rupees. They did it through this concept of generic substitution. Now, generic substitution is when you get the medicine that's been prescribed to you by your doctor, and you find the same medicine which has the same salt but a lower price. Now, you might be thinking, salt? What sort of salt? Like table salt? But the truth is that just like when you get gold jewelry, majority of the value in gold jewelry comes out of the gold that's in it. Similarly, majority of the therapeutic effect in medicine comes from the salt within it. That's a particular salt. It's the active ingredient. So when you see paracetamol or Dolo, for example, it has 650 milligrams of paracetamol inside of it. Paracetamol is a salt, but there's a bunch of other things that stabilize the molecule and make sure that it can enter you and digest properly. So you can find that you get the same salt at different prices. You can get Dolo 650 for 30 rupees, or you can get paracetamol 650 milligrams at 12 rupees on SayaCare. They're both exactly the same salt, but why is their price different? Gold would have the same amount of gold in it, right? Like gold jewelry, you could get 2 different earrings which have exactly 22 carats of gold inside of them. And you would use it, you would get them at different prices. But there, the price difference comes out of Kalyakarti, out of working the design and all of that. But medicine is made mostly by machines. The chemical processes are all automated. So why is the price so different? Well, we have to think about how we actually get medicine. When you get medicine, you go to your doctor and your doctor prescribes you medicine. But for some reason, they always prescribe to you the expensive Dolo, the expensive paracetamol. Why don't they recommend the cheaper generic substitutes? Well, there are 2 main reasons for this. The first is that there are lots of manufacturing companies and lots of marketing companies for pharmaceuticals. They go and they approach doctors and they tell the doctors that, hey, we want you to prescribe our medicine. Doctors are like, okay, why should I pick you over everyone else? And the one and obvious answer they always come up with is, we'll give you a cut. Don't just take my word for it. Take Prime Minister Modi's.
दवाइयाँ पैकिंग अच्छा होता है, दवाई लिखने वाले को भी कुछ मिलता रहता है। आप जानते होंगे डॉक्टरों की कॉन्फ्रेंस कभी सिंगापुर होती है, कभी दुबई होती है, वहाँ कोई बीमार है इसलिए नहीं जाते। फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनियों के लिए जरूरी है, करते हैं।
For pharmaceutical companies, it's important. And because of this, because everyone's in this rat race, they turn medicine that should cost 10 rupees into medicine which costs 300 rupees. The next issue that doctors frequently say as to why they don't prescribe generic medicine is quality. Many doctors think that their expensive branded medicine would of course be higher quality. It's human nature. You think something that's cheap is bad. But what doctors don't realize is that every month the government takes out random samples of medicine, from big brands, from no-name brands. And even big name brands, they fail the quality tests. They're low quality. They're medicine that wouldn't affect you. Now, you might think, like, what's the worst that could happen out of that? But I want to bring you to the story of Anirudh. In 2023, there was a family in Jammu and Kashmir. They woke up and their child was sick. Now, maybe their nani or nana told them that you need to take the kid to the hospital or to their doctor. And they went to the doctor and the doctor wrote the medicine. Just has probably happened with you many times. They went to the local pharmacy, bought some cough syrup and fed it to their child. The next morning, their child was gone. Now, when things like this usually occur, you usually blame yourself. You're like, what could I have done differently? I should have gone to a different doctor. I should have gone to a different hospital. I should have known. But in this case, there was nothing that they didn't do right. They took their child to the hospital. They went to the doctor. They got the medicine, but still their child had to go. And this is one of the few cases where people actually find out it wasn't their fault. Most people, when they take fake medicine, they don't actually ever realize that they took fake medicine. They blame it to the disease. Maybe it's happened to you. Maybe one time when you took medicine, your BP fluctuated, your sugar fluctuated, the infection didn't stop, and you chalked it up to the medicine, the disease is too strong. You never actually think that, oh, maybe the medicine's fake. So what's the solution to this? The solution to this is what we call tested substitutes. Whenever you get a gold, you always make sure that there's a hallmark on it. Whenever you get medicine, you should always make sure the medicine's been tested. Every batch that SayaCare offers is tested at a third-party laboratory. Here's a clip from our lab.
जिस प्रकार से मार्केट में आजकल सिनेरियो चल रहा है, इंडिया में नकली दवाइयों का बड़ा ही जोर है। करोड़ों अरबों दवाइयां हैं, मालूम नहीं होता कि कौन सी दवाई उसमें असली है, कौन सी दवाई नकली है। तो एटलीस्ट SayaCare ने ये इनिशिएट किया, उन लोगों ने हम लोगों पे विश्वास किया, हमारी टेस्टिंग पे बिलीव किया और उन्होंने अपने सैंपल्स मार्केट में भेजने से पहले हम लोगों से टेस्टिंग कराना जरूरी समझा। तो एक अच्छी बात है जिससे कि कस्टमर को सेटिस्फैक्शन रहे, उनको ये मालूम रहे कि जो प्रोडक्ट वो ले रहे हैं, जो टैबलेट वो ले रहे हैं, मेडिसिन ले रहे हैं, वो क्वालिटी वाली है, वो टेस्टेड है बाय ए गवर्नमेंट अप्रूव टेस्टिंग लेबोरेटरी। तो ये एक अच्छी बात है।
So we get our medicine tested each and every time, and we make sure that you can see each of the quality reports on the app before you purchase, after you purchase, at any time. We're the only pharmacy in the entire world that does this. For example, there's a brand of calcium out there known as Shell Cal. A few months ago, its batch failed, and it was basically a low-quality medicine, and it costs 137 rupees. We sell the same medicine, but we ensured its quality by getting it tested, and we sell it for 12 rupees. You can get other generic substitutes which are even cheaper, but you don't know what their quality is. That's why SayaCare only sells tested substitutes. Don't just take my word for it. You can look at our app reviews, you can check our Google Play reviews, you can check any of these things. Then you'll find tens of thousands of patients who have used SayaCare medicine and they have improved their life dramatically, like Mr. Tushar Khansinha. So I want you all to start saving safely. Our number is always available, and I want you to think, what is the best decision for your family? In an uncertain world like India, it's really hard to ensure that your family is safe all the time. And you, as a person who's watching this webinar, must be someone who's concerned about the well-being of their family and always trying to make the best decision for them. And nothing is a better decision, another great decision, than SayaCare's tested substitute medicine. So here's our phone number. You can give us a call or WhatsApp us. You can go to our app or website and you can upload your prescription and we give you a code, TESTME101. So on your first order, you get a free delivery. We test all the medicine, so we want you to test us. How can we? Okay, so now let's do questions. Thank you, Vijay. How can we get it tested ourselves? Can we trust SayaCare medicines for serious emergency issues? Getting it tested yourself would be very expensive. It takes a lot of money to actually get medicine tested, and we test each and every batch and we sell it across a lot of people. We test it ourselves and we show you the lab. You can talk to the lab, you can call the lab, we even audit the lab. And as you can see in this previous scenario, Mr. Tusharkant Sinha, he actually had a kidney transplant done. And he used tacrolimus and mycophenolate, which are immunosuppressants. They suppress the immune system so infections can't, so that the body doesn't attack the transplanted kidney. So this is a very dangerous disease. If they don't get the dosage just right, the immunosuppressants will attack the kidney. If they do it too much, then what ends up happening is that the immunosuppressants, the body can't fight off infection. So it's very important for us to do this. And that's why SayaCare, you can trust SayaCare for any serious issue. Whey protein is added in SayaCare. We are looking to bring whey protein into SayaCare. It is a consideration, but we're looking for a good supplier who produces high quality whey protein at affordable prices. Is there any other question? Gravitor and Gravitor SR. Let me check this out. What is Gravitor? Okay. Gravitor, we do not offer the salt as of right now. This is pyridostigmine. And but if you go to our app and you search it up, Gravitor and Gravitor SR, then it registers in our database. And if we have enough people who want that salt, then we'll go and bring it on. You can always check the new arrivals tag in the app and the website, and it'll notify you whenever we bring that salt on board. Are there any other questions? Thank you, Vijay. I guess that's it for the questions. Well, thank you all. Thank you for coming to the first English Saya Connect webinar. If there are no more questions, then I'll consider this thing finished. Thank you all for attending.